Bluey might look like a cheerful kids show, but behind the giggles hides a universe of secret heartbreaks, bizarre clues, and mind-bending details you were never meant to notice. 1. Bandit's secret ashtray moment. There's a strange moment in Bluey that almost no one talks about. At a garden fair, Bandit pauses and stares at an ashtray. Yep, an actual ashtray. Nobody smokes in the show, so why is it there? Maybe it's just an old habit reminder, a tiny nod to how times change. Or maybe Bandit's just realizing how weird adult life used to be. It's oddly deep for a man holding fairy bread. One thing's sure, seeing a dad in a kid's show silently judging an ashtray feels both hilarious and weirdly haunting. 2. Chilli's hidden rockstar past. Chilli might be the calmest mom on TV, but her music player tells another story. Look closely, it has the dark side of the moon symbol on it. Yep, Pink Floyd. Suddenly, quiet mom energy turns into secret rock legend vibes. Maybe she once played guitar in a smoky garage band before swapping amps for baby bottles. Even stranger, Bandit's friend Rocco owns the same player. So, either Chilli and Rocco share a music taste or a mysterious past. Imagine her blasting "Wish You Were Here" while packing lunch. Now that's peak cool mom energy. 3. Greenie's big comeback. Remember when Bluey's balloon, son Greenie, floated away in mom school like he was done with family life? Well, he came back. In the sign, you can spot him drifting over the wedding scene, still living his best balloon life. It's oddly poetic. This show gives emotional closure to a piece of rubber. Maybe Greenie represents growing up, or maybe he's just lost and vibing in the wind. Either way, Bluey turned a floating balloon into a returning character. Even Pixar would be jealous of that kind of emotional continuity. 4. The missing planet mystery. In Sleepy Time, Bingo drifts through space, floating past planets that seem to represent her family, but something feels off. Mercury is completely empty. No glow, no name, just silence. It sits right between Venus and Earth, between Bluey and Bingo. Many believe that blank planet hints at a missing sibling, the one Chilli may have lost before Bluey was born. It's a quiet, beautiful sadness hidden in a dream. What looks like a sweet bedtime adventure might actually be the healer's secret heartbreak orbiting in the stars. 5. The baby we never met. Before Bluey even aired, early art showed Chilli with a baby bump. Yep, the healers were meant to be 5, but in the show, that extra pup never appears. Some quiet scenes, like Dragon and Sleepy Time, hint that Chilli lost the baby before Bluey was born. It's never spoken about, just hidden in soft moments and sad smiles. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Every hug, every bedtime story suddenly feels heavier. Behind all the laughter, Bluey might be carrying the memory of a pup who never got to play. 6. The dragon's real meaning. In Dragon, we see young Chilli drawing, while her mom watches with a warm smile. It looks simple, almost cozy, until you realize the dragon might not be make-believe at all. The dragon could represent her mother's illness, something big, scary, and impossible to fight. Every soft line, every gentle note in the music suddenly feels heavier. What seemed like a sweet childhood memory turns into a quiet goodbye. It's one of those Bluey moments that sneaks up on you. Grief wrapped in crayons and fairy dust. 7. The babysitter setup. In Double Babysitter, it looks like Radley and Frisky just happened to meet while helping out. But nope, Chilli and Trixie totally planned it. 2 clever mums playing matchmaker behind the scenes. They synced schedules, made excuses, and probably high-fived later when sparks flew. It's basically Bluey's secret rom-com moment. The babysitting chaos was just a cover for Operation Love Dog. Honestly, it worked. Radley fell, Frisky blushed, and the mums proved they might be better at matchmaking than parenting. 8. Frisky's heartbreak mystery. Frisky isn't just Bluey's fun godmother. She's got some serious emotional baggage. She once dated a dog named BOS, and it was clearly a big deal since even Bluey and Bingo knew him. But he vanished from their lives, and Frisky's reaction says it all. When she mutters, "I thought love was forever," you can almost feel the sting. Then she calls princes show-offs, which sounds like a breakup burn if I've ever heard one. Bluey never shows BOS again, leaving us with a silent heartbreak hidden under Frisky's perfect smile. 9. The chocolate milk scandal. In Tradies, the builder called Chocolate Milk spends days arguing with his girlfriend. Then his truck mysteriously vanishes and he starts getting rides from his boss instead. Something clearly went down. The real clue hides in the kid's drawing under the stairs. A little beer mug doodle. That tiny detail might mean he lost his license for drinking and driving. It's never said out loud, but it fits too perfectly. Bluey didn't need a lecture to make a point. One cartoon beer mug, and suddenly the show got very, very real. 10. The invisible dad. Indy's family always feels a bit mysterious. We see her mum running a vegan stall, we hear about her baby sister who was born early, but dad, nowhere in sight. Then Indy casually says, "Dad stay home to look after the kids," like it's no big deal. That one line changes everything. Her dad might be caring for the new baby full-time, quietly holding the family together off-screen. It's such a simple idea, but kind of brilliant. Bluey doesn't shout about modern families. It just slips them into the story like it's perfectly normal. 11. The case of Winton's missing mum. Winton's a funny little bulldog, but his home life is kind of a mystery. He always says, "Dad's house," like it's a place he visits, not where he lives. That hints he stays with his mum, who, oddly, has never shown up. The only clue we get is in the movies episode, where a film poster shows a bulldog detective who looks exactly like his dad. Cornelius, just with a fake moustache. Maybe Dad's secretly an actor. Maybe Mum's keeping a low profile. Either way, Winton's family drama is hiding behind the playground slides. 12. Radley's red secret. Something about Uncle Rad doesn't quite add up. Bandit and Stripe are blue healers. Their parents are blue healers. So how did Rad end up red? The official bios make it even stranger, because two blue parents shouldn't have a red pup. That leaves two options: adoption or a hidden red parent no one talks about. Maybe that's why Rad's always the wanderer, the odd one out who loves adventure. He doesn't just stand out for his fur. He might literally be from a different branch of the family tree. 13. The mystery bridesmaid. During Rad and Frisky's big wedding, everyone's watching the happy couple until you spot her. Standing right next to Chilli is another bridesmaid nobody knows. She's never appeared before or after that episode. Who is she? A secret sister? A long-lost friend? A random guest who wandered into the wrong ceremony? It's extra weird because Aunt Brandy, Chilli's actual sister, isn't the one standing there. Bluey gave us a whole new character for 10 seconds and then vanished her forever. Somewhere out there, that mystery bridesmaid is still waiting for her next scene. 14. The fairy book clue. At the start of Mini Bluey, Bingo's sitting quietly with a book. It looks normal until you pause and notice what's on the cover. A fairy with yellow wings. It's the same design from the fairies episode back in season 1. That's not a random pick. It's a sneaky link between the two stories, almost like a secret message that the fairies really exist in Bluey's world. Or maybe Bingo just loves a good magical story. Either way, it feels like the healers are being watched by tiny, glitter-covered spies. 15. The leopard bag link. In Mini Bluey, Chilli's carrying a library tote that seems totally ordinary. But look closer and you'll see a leopard printed on the side. That same animal shows up again when Bingo dresses as a leopard in onesies. It's such a small detail, but it ties the two episodes together like puzzle pieces. Maybe Chilli borrowed the bag from Bingo's costume day. Or maybe the animators are just showing off. Either way, it proves nothing in Bluey is random. Not even a grocery bag can escape the story web. 16. The edible long dog. The long dog Easter egg shows up everywhere, but one appearance is seriously strange. In the episode, Pavlova, if you peek inside the fridge, you'll spot a green bean that's not a bean at all. It's the long dog. Yep, they turned the show's most famous Easter egg into food. To make things trickier, there's also a long dog magnet on the fridge door, just to throw you off the scent. It's like the animators were trolling us on purpose. Only in Bluey could a hidden dog also double as dinner. 17. The hole that came back. In Stumpfest, Bandit, Stripe, and Pat go to war with a stubborn tree stump and finally rip it out, leaving a huge hole in the yard. Most shows would just forget about it, but not Bluey. That same crater quietly reappears later in Tradies, where workers turn it into a pond. It's the exact same spot, proving time actually moves in this world. The healers basically built a backyard cinematic universe. Who knew a single hole in the dirt could have its own storyline? 18. Bandit's secret storyline. Bandit's not just a goofy dad, he's got a whole hidden storyline running under the jokes. In Curry Quest and Bumpy and the wise old wolfhound, he's away for work and comes home acting strangely quiet. At the time, it just felt like tired dad energy. But later, in The Sign, we find out he got a huge job offer that could change everything. Those little sighs and distant looks weren't random. They were foreshadowing. Bluey hit an emotional career arc, inside barbecue humor and dad dances. 19. The Legend of Snickers Cap. Snickers' little yellow-green cap isn't just a cute fashion choice. It's basically his whole personality. The colours match Australia's national shades and even the golden wattle flower. That hat's been glued to his head since day one, coming off only twice. Once when he tumbles downhill in Explorers, and once in K9 News when he plays a serious reporter. Both times, he's forced to grow up a little. When the cap's on, he's the goofy kid we know. When it's off, it's character development. That hat has more emotional depth than most movie heroes. 20. The secret game in the intro. You've seen Bluey's intro 100 times, everyone dancing around like maniacs. But here's the twist. They're not just dancing, they're playing musical statues. Every time the music cuts, they freeze perfectly still, just like in the game. It's been right in front of us for 3 whole seasons. What looked like a silly family jam is actually one giant game of don't move or you're out. The healers have been trolling us since episode 1, and now you'll never be able to unsee it. 21. Bluey inside Bluey. In the quiet game, there's a blink and you'll miss it moment where Bandit walks past a shop window showing Bluey. Yep, the characters are literally watching their own show. It's the ultimate cartoon mirror moment. Like, the healers know they're famous now. But it doesn't stop there. The same Bluey artwork on that shop's electrical box actually exists in real life in Brisbane. So, Bluey exists inside Bluey, and Bluey exists in our world. Somewhere out there, a cartoon dog is walking past her own TV cameo, and my brain officially hurts. 22. The Rebel Penguin. In Mini Bluey, there's a stuffed penguin sitting on a pile of books. Cute, right? Until you notice it's wearing a crown and holding a wand. That's not random. It looks exactly like Gunter from Adventure Time, the penguin who steals the Ice King's crown. The wild part? Bluey airs on Disney, while Adventure Time is from Cartoon Network. That's like sneaking Pepsi into a Coke ad. It's a gutsy little nod from the animators, quietly tipping their hats to the cartoons that inspired them. One crowned penguin. Zero corporate fear. 23. The stolen menu mystery. In the pool, Chilli's sitting in the heat, fanning herself with what looks like a random menu. But look closer, it's the same one from Takeaway. So either the healers grabbed it on their way out, or Chilli's secretly a master of recycling. Honestly, it fits. That's peak mum logic right there. Too hot. Just steal a menu and turn it into a fan. It's such a tiny crossover, but it tells you everything you need to know about Chilli. She's practical, slightly chaotic, and always prepared for Australian summer. 24. The tiny team behind the chaos. Here's something wild. Only about 50 people make Bluey. That's writers, animators, sound designers, the whole lot. Just 50 humans creating an emotional roller coaster for millions. They work on up to 15 episodes at once, somehow turning backyard games into life lessons that break adults on a Tuesday night. It's proof you don't need a giant studio to make magic. Just talent, heart, and maybe too much coffee. This small Aussie crew built a global empire using crayons, dad jokes, and talking dogs. Honestly, that's legendary. 25. Bandit's cartoon DNA. Bandit's name isn't random. It's actually a throwback to Johnny Quest's bulldog, who was also called Bandit. That tiny detail connects Bluey all the way back to classic cartoons from the 60s, and if you've ever looked closely at Rad's truck, you'll spot a sticker that looks a lot like Cat's, the creepy villain from Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's a hidden love letter to old-school animation. Turns out, behind every wholesome Aussie dad is a secret cartoon legacy. Bandit's basically walking, talking, barbecue-flipping nostalgia. So that's every hidden Bluey moment you probably missed. Turns out backyard games come with more emotional damage than most dramas. But be honest, do you think the creators planned all this? Or are fans just connecting dots that aren't there? Comment your theory below.